Hey guys, this is Rick from support at line 6, and I'm going to continue on with our tutorial series on how to tweak your Vista system or optimize your Vista system for audio recording. If you've watched the first two tutorials, we've disabled our onboard sound card, we've turned off visual effects in Windows, we've turned off Windows sounds, we've done some other tweaks as well. So if you haven't watched those yet, definitely check those first two out. As well as this one. So moving right along, I'm going to take you through 4 more tweaks that you can do on Vista. And the first one we're going to do is we're going to make sure that our IDE channels are in DMA mode. Okay, so what is DMA mode? Well, DMA stands for Direct Memory Access, and it's a way that your operating system transfers data from any drives to your system's memory without using CPU. So it's a fast way to transfer data. The old method was called PIO, which stands for Programmed Input Output, and when you were in PI mode, it involved transferring data to memory, but it used CPU usage. So it uses resources on your computer that you could be using for recording audio. So let's check to see if our IDE channels are set to DMA. So if you've watched the first 2 tutorials, you know how to get to Device Manager. And again, the quickest way is to click on the Start button and find Computer, and then right-click on it, and then go to Manage. This actually opens up our computer management window, which I will expand here. And on the left-hand side, you'll see Device Manager. Double-click on that. And you'll see a list of icons with a little plus sign near them. And when you click on a plus sign, it's going to drop down and show you some more options. What we're looking for is IDE, ATA, ATAPI controllers. So let's click the little plus sign and drop that down. And there are our IDE channels. So let's check to see that they're in DMA mode. Click on them to highlight, right-click, and then go to Properties. In the Properties window, we want to click on Advanced Settings, and we want to look right down here, and we want to make sure that Enable DMA is checked, and in this case, it is for this channel, so we can click OK. Let's check the other ones. Again, I'm going to right-click, go to Properties, Advanced Settings, and Enable DMA is checked for that one too. And one last time. This one doesn't have DMA or PIO or anything, so we're going to leave that one alone. And it's really simple. This is something that you should do anyway. This may not necessarily have anything to do with audio. Make sure your channels are set to DMA mode. It's important. So I'm going to close out of our Device Manager. And the next tweak I'm going to take you through is to exit all unnecessary applications. Common sense stuff. But let's just check to make sure that we don't have any applications running that don't need to be. So what we're going to want to do is go down to our Start menu here, and we want to right-click on it, and then we want to go to Properties. Let me bring the Properties window up here. This is our Taskbar and Start menu properties. You'll see some tabs here. What we want to do is click on the Notification Area tab, and we want to make sure that Hide Inactive Icons is checked. If it's not checked, go ahead and check it. Click Apply, click OK. And that's just another little tweak that you can do to free up some resources from your computer. Okay, moving right along. Third tweak we're going to do today is I'm going to show you how to disable startup programs using the system configuration utility. If you're not really too computer savvy, you may want to check with someone who is before you disable anything in here. But I'm going to show you how to do it for the sake of the tutorial. If all else fails and you've tried everything else, this is just one other thing you can try. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to click on our Start button again. And in the little search window here, we want to type msconfig. That's M like Mary, S like Sam, config. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. After you've typed it in, you just want to press Enter on your keyboard. Okay, and what this is going to do is bring up our system configuration utility. And on the system configuration utility, you want to click on the Startup tab. And as you can see here, we've got some programs that basically run automatically behind the scenes when you start up. If you see anything that says Intel or things that you just don't recognize, I would leave them alone. But I've got Real Player for some reason here checked, and I don't need that to be running on startup. So I'm gonna click on that to disable it, and then I'm going to click apply, and then I'm going to click OK. And Vista is going to ask you to restart your computer. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to exit without restarting, but I suggest at this point you restart your computer just so you don't forget to do it. Okay, and that's how you disable any kind of startup programs that you don't think you need with the system configuration utility. Again, if you're unsure about what's in there, talk to someone who's a little bit more knowledgeable before you start turning things off. Okay, the last thing that I want to take you through is not necessarily an illustration, it's just a note. A lot of you most likely have an internet connection on your computer. Certainly, a lot of our software requires that you have an internet connection, if anything, to activate and to download updates and whatnot. But after you've done that, a lot of people prefer to disable their computer from the internet or disconnect it from the internet, especially a lot of guys that do this for a living. It's just one thing that you can do during recording. Being connected to the internet can create glitches or dropouts, especially on wireless connections. If you have a wireless like a laptop and you have a wireless card, you may want to disable that. And to do that, you can go to your device manager again. I'm not on a laptop, so I don't have a wireless card, but I'll take you through or at least try to show you where it would be. So in your device manager, if you want to disable your wireless card, you will have an option somewhere in this drop down here for wireless card. And if you see that, basically what you want to do is right click and disable. It's as simple as right clicking and disabling. You know, when you're done recording, you can go back in here, find the wireless card that you disabled, right click and click enabled, and you're back online, no problem. One of the things that we recommend, and I've seen it work a lot of times, indefinitely. I've seen it work on several occasions. So those are the 4 things for part 3 of the Vista tutorial as far as optimizing your computer for recording on Vista. And I've got maybe 1 or 2 more parts. We'll see. Maybe I can squeeze in the rest of the tweaks on part 4. We'll keep it a nice even round number. So thanks for joining me. Stick around. If you haven't watched part 1 and 2, watch part 1 and 2, and look forward to part 4. Thanks, guys.